31 days, 30 days of reclaiming my purpose. And this is going to be, I'm covering today, day 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I've realized, I've looked at my accountability. I express how I try to so-called heal and what I've been doing now is manifesting. I realize, we have this trend of vision boarding and journaling and figuring out what life needs to be. And the important thing with that is cultivating the soil the right way to plant the right seeds to have the most come out of what you manifest. You know, you really want each year of your life to be better, or not really better, but there needs to be growth every year of your life. You just don't want to be in the same place that you were before. And that doesn't mean you're talking about money or career, but it's all about your mindset, and I try really hard to have a better mindset. And after I go through the process of acceptance and healing and adjusting, or just figuring out how to use what hurt or those lessons from before, how will I use it going forward? And all of that comes into fertilizer, because that stuff was pure crap. But how do you make it work for you? And how do I make it work for me? So I take those moments of figuring out how to heal or adjust or live with, or take those bumps and turn it into fertilizer to help grow the seeds of change, to grow the seeds of what will be brand new, so I can have an amazing harvest in life. Take that time to really figure those things out. Really think about your life and think about, what's been going on and what you've been doing. And that's what I do. And so for me right now, in the days 7, 8, and 9, I like to figure out what's the game plan. I want my podcasting career to be even better. I can say that, but I have to now figure out ways to make it better, but also dissect where needs the most growth and assistance and break it down, and now put the time into each one of those sections to make it happen. Just saying I want it to be amazing is one, but doing the work is another, but also figuring out what work needs to be done and what's that preparation for that work is a whole new ball game. And I think many of us fail when it comes to the preparation. Preparation is key. Even when you're cooking, even when you're getting ready in the daytime, how do you prepare for your day? And that has to be a new mindset, especially for me. I tend to just go do, spur of the moment sometimes, don't put much thought into certain things. When right now I have to realize, for me to have an amazing harvest in life, I have to do the right preparation, and it has to make sense. How I prepare for work is not how I prepare for something else. So for me, during these days, I map out, what do I want? What do I want to accomplish? Be it saving more money, making more money, more streams of income, being a better friend, being a better lover, being a better daughter, sister. That sounds great, but how do I plan on doing it? How do I plan on making those areas of wellness better? Not just saying it, but doing it, and what's going to make sense. So I'm taking these days to figure out how I can be better and grow so all this preparation makes sense, right? All this preparation makes total sense, and that there's a plan in place, not just words, not just putting it on a board or saying it and having these sticky notes around my mirror. What's the work I'm going to do to make the harvest happen? That's it. We have to rethink how we manifest. You have to take the steps to realize, and think back on the entire time before. And then also now hold yourself accountable and be accountable for your parts in the downfall and the parts for the successes, and acknowledge that, you're great. And hey, you've had some missteps or whatever that may be. Or you know what? Stop being a victim and recognize that some of that's your fault, or all of that's your fault, or letting it go on so long is your fault. So you realize, you reflect on life, you reflect on what will happen before the day you decide to make a change. You list it out, you think about it. Now you say, okay, let me own my shit. Let me own my part. I'm not saying you owe anyone explanation or an answer, but we can only move forward and have this work in our lives when we accept and acknowledge our part in the good and the bad and that ugly. Take that time. And then, I don't like the word heal. I don't, because it stays with you. Something's going to trigger you. But how do I take those bumps, those negatives, whatever that may be, and those wounds, and how do I grind it up and use it to fertilize the next chapters in my life? And now figure out what chapter needs work. What do I want? So sit down, write it down, and say, what do I want and need in life? And then what's the steps it will take to have that? You want a better job. What will it take? Will it take education? Will it take just training? What is it you want to do? Or could it be, I'm not putting enough into what I'm doing now, and that's probably why I haven't advanced. So what do I need to do in my current to show that I deserve more or to advance more? Accountability, man. I need more money. Are you saving? Have you looked at your account lately and said, okay, look, I'm spending all that I earn in a year. That don't make sense. What can I cut back on? Could it be a simple cutting back on lunch once a week or whatever that may be? And then that money can go into investing into a class, into training, your education. How can I repurpose what I'm saving into helping me in another area? All about how you fertilize that soil and get that soil ready for those seeds. The seeds are the ideas and the plans, and the fertilizer is how it's going to grow. And that's what I do during days 7, 8, and 9, is think about what needs to happen. So that's so far, those are 10 days of what I do before I really jump into 2021. So that's day 7, 8, and 9. 7, 8, and 9, yeah. And I'm still working through the rest.